Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make a in-depth analysis on dollar index, US500 and Euro USD from a fundamental and technical perspective as well. So let's begin with what may happen from the fundamental perspective during the coming days. The first important data where we have to focus will be during the coming hours at the opening of the US trading session. We have the consumer price index from Germany. It will be very important because this is also one of the biggest economy for Europe. So this is also taken as an index for Eurozone. We have to see consumer price index for August. It is expected to slow down to 6% from 6.2%. And for the monthly 0.3, and it is expected to not have changes here. However, the main focus will be on the ADP data today, on the private sector. During the previous months, let's say, we saw an increase in this data. Usually, ADP data is correlated in a positive way with the non-farm payroll data, but during the previous months, it didn't prove to be correlated too much. However, the focus is on the ADP data today because it's a strong indicator with what is happening. The market is expecting a slowdown on the private sector this time from 324 to 195k. However, we should know also that we are on the summer season and this can be normal most of the time. But if this is going to come smaller than expected, then the market is going to anticipate a slowdown on the non-farm payroll data. So this is the first one where we need to focus for today. And the second one is the GDP product that during the previous month it was 2.4%, and so far it is expected not to have changes again. However, the US economy is performing very well with all the economic indicators, so I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to have also improvement or probably not changes here. So let's see. On Thursday, we have data from China. These are going to impact the Australian dollar mainly and New Zealand dollar somehow. Later, we have tomorrow retail sales from Germany again, so this is going to impact euro. And during the European morning, tomorrow we will have consumer price index data. So here we have another strong indicator. The market will focus on this indicator again. If we are going to see a slowdown, the chances are higher that we may see also a bearish wave on the euro pairs. However, all the economies are showing sign of improvements in the consumer price index. It is not bad at all, despite the fact how the market is reacting, because they are anticipating about the future impact from central banks. And what will be also important during Friday will be consumer price index from Swiss. It will impact all the chief pairs. However, we should be careful because these are manipulated most of the time. All the Swiss pairs, they are supported by the Swiss National Bank. They are holding very strong the Swiss franc, so we have to be careful. And the last one that is also one of the most important indicators during Friday will be non-farm payroll data. As you can see, it was 187 and it is expected to slow down to 170 this time. And probably this number can be true. It can come even smaller. So we have to be very careful. And also some other data from Canada as well. So this is what we are going to focus for the charts that we are going to look at. So the first one is the dollar index. As we saw yesterday after the jobs report, price reacted negatively here. The first structural resistance zone pushed the price down very aggressively yesterday, and today the market is focused on the ADP data. So this is the first one that we are going to look at. So far we have a bearish candle on the daily chart, and the chances can be higher that it may continue. However, as you may see in this small zone here, the price was stopped several times, considering that we have a very strong buying pressure here close to 103, and it can be seen because during these days we have very big shadow from these candles. So this is showing that we have buyers well positioned in this area. For the bearish movement to continue or to confirm a minimum movement, we need to see the dollar index to break through 103, and probably during the coming month or weeks we may see the price probably moving down again. So far this is still bullish. We have to be very careful. The bearish movement will begin only below 103. Until that moment everything can change and we may see the price to test the top of the structure again. So this is on a daily chart. We have to be very careful. However, if the ADP data today will come out lower than expected, or probably as expected, these numbers here, this will impact the dollar index probably to test 103, and probably it can move even lower. We have to be careful with this one. This may open the door for more downside to break down below 103. So let's see what else do we have here. On a daily chart, we have also this wedge pattern that I showed during the previous time, and the price is above the wedge. That on the other hand, this is suggesting for a possible bullish movement. That is why we are in a very complex scenario, and the only indicator, let's say, or the only clear structure is the structure zone that can confirm the bullish and the bearish movement. So this is our key support area here. Let's see what the price will do today after the non-farm the ADP data. The next one that we are going to look at will be US 500. On daily chart we are close to the top of the structure where the price was before. We have to be very careful so far. So we don't have anything else. Probably we are close to the top of the structure. We are not sure if the price is going to increase at this moment. Considering that we have one wave down that already happened, the chances are very high that we can be also in a possible ABC movement. However, the price has to prove this movement, and if this is the right pattern, let's say, a possible correction, then we may see a bigger bearish movement. However, this is the first forecast that we are looking at for US 500. So far the price is testing this area here. This is a small structure so far, but as you can see the density of this zone, we may see that the price created also during the previous time a lot of pressure between this zone here. So as you can see, this is located close to 4,525, 4,550 approximately, 60. So this is an area that we need to pay close attention to. The chances are very high that the price may stop growing close to the top of this K resistance zone. Once the price will clear the top of this zone here, it will be very important. Then the next target will be the top of the structure. However, another problem that we may see is that the market reacted against the US dollar because of the slowdown on the employment numbers. However, if we are going to look at the sector, we are talking about the stock sector, and it doesn't make sense that if the market is slowing down the jobs numbers, indexes should continue to grow further. So it can be only a possible speculative movement. If the employment data will be contracting this time, the chances are very high that after any speculative move, the big trade will be down again. So with the current data that we have, these are the 2 points that I'm looking at for a possible bearish movement. This is the first one and this is the second one. However, it's too early to anticipate the movement so far because the market is focused on the non-farm payroll data and the ADP data today. So let's see what is going to happen, because we need to find also a reason to sell these indexes, but this is the trading plan that I actually have for US 500. And the next one that I'm looking at is Euro USD. As we have seen also during the previous times that the price was here, we may see that the bearish movement is still intact, and the price so far is speculated from the non-farm payroll data and also a possible increase on the interest rates from the Eurozone. So what we may face today is that the chances are that the price can create any speculative move and the price can move down on any surprise from the ADP data, or the maximum movement that I'm expecting for the moment will be the next target zone. So we have to understand that the US is a very strong economy, and also these numbers will not create a big bearish wave against the USD. So let's be careful because it is not an easy situation. As a beginning, the price has to break through the first zone and the second will be close to 1.1. So it will be a major resistance zone close to the second zone here, because the price can push down again. However, so far we are below the previous area here. We have to see how the price will react. We have to be careful because we don't have many data. The first price reaction was bullish yesterday, as you can see on a lower time frame, and the price already created these waves here. We can be in a possible 1, 2, 3, a small 4, and probably we may see the 5th wave that may end up here. Or we can be in a different situation that the price may extend further. In this scenario, just for a moment, we can be also in this scenario here. We may see something similar and the 5th wave as an extension or probably something else, because we don't have too many data so far. This is also a possible extension scenario. And another one that we have to be very careful is the one that we are looking at for a possible ABC movement, and the price may move down again from the current area that we are looking at. So all scenarios are possible because we don't have many data so far. We have to be very careful. However, the resistance zone that are very important will work out also as a possible taking profit zones for Euro USD. So let's see how the market will react during this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Please don't forget to hit the like button and follow. Thank you. Bye bye.